Hey everybody, this is John, and this is our NFL pick show. And I don't have any theme music for this show yet, so I'm just figuring I'm just going to go like, here's John and Jesse and Scott picking football.
Do 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 do.
There you go. Scott finishes off.
Do 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 do. Bosh.
There you go. There we go. So yeah, the three of us are going to pick some football games, and we're going to have some fun talking about the NFL. And might as well get started right off the bat. We've got $16,000 to bet. I think last week we were all 17-0, right? Or 16-0.
Of course, yeah.
Perfect, right across the board, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all both picked
I did.
losers on the Thursday night game.
I
I
did.
picked the
100%
winner.
did, yeah.
I took the Chiefs and laid the points. You got the line, so I am down at least one right there. But we're not going to count week one because last week Scotty was in the air, and both of us were too. And Keith and Andy were making plans for maybe later. I don't know. This was
they were scrubbing their foreheads for each other's nutsack.
yeah. So I mean, boys will be boys, I suppose. But hey, now that it's a modern age and everybody's okay with that, except for certain people in this country, we're proud and we support you. All right, that's enough of that. All right, so I'm not the host of this shit because I am terrible.
I'm gonna run down
in front of me or anything. I just
I'll
showed
run-
up to be cool and have fun.
and it's probably good. I know Scotty owns the Big and Boss book.
The
I
big
just the Big in Boss book. It is right in front of me here.
Yeah,
It's
so
the-
he's got.
looking
We're using
the Commander's book.
we're using FanDuel lines. Is that what we're going to
FanDuel
do?
lines, yeah, is what I've got here. Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to run down the list of games. You give off the FanDuel line in the over and unders, and we'll just take a couple minutes on each game. And
if
And,
you've never seen this before, please do not take our bets as gospel. Do not go out. If you bet on these games yourself,
we were all in the black last year.
Of course we
all made
were.
money
We were
last
indeed.
year.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's my disclaimer for these kinds of things. These picks that we're going to make are for entertainment purposes only. And if you use them to gamble and take our advice, you're fucking stupid.
agreed.
There we go. So that's that. It's on you. Whatever the hell happens from here on out.
So we'll talk about the Commanders and Broncos game at the end.
Yes.
First
We're gonna
game
play some
that
porn music.
the first game that ESPN has listed is the Bills and Raiders.
So I will go to that one then. So the Bills versus the Raiders. That is at the moment. Raiders are a 8.5 point dog in this one. Is what
At
I've
home?
got down there. Away in Buffalo,
No, in
and the
Buffalo.
over under is 47.
47 over and under. The Raiders played the Broncos last week, and it was kind of a funky game. Jimmy G looked pretty decent, I guess, from all accounts. It didn't look
Always looks
too
pretty
bad. But Josh Allen, man, he had a rough game versus the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets for all the four plays.
We do have audio of Aaron Rodgers' Achilles heel.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. He got hit and it went.
Big line. I think the Bills will get back. The Raiders won against the Broncos, and the Bills will get back in line a little bit. I don't know about the 8 points. That seems like a little bit of a stretch to me.
8.5, even Jesse.
Or,
That is
okay,
quite
8.5. You can find it at 8. Caesars has it at 8, but 8.5 is a little bit rough. I think I'm going to take the Raiders plus the points on this. I got the Bills to win. And what did you say that over under was?
Over under is 47.
47. Yeah, I'll take the over in that. I think some points are going to get scored here.
So you're going to take Bills to win, Raiders plus, but you're going to take Raiders plus the points, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And
That was some excellent game planning. Puts the microphone on the opposite side of where he writes.
I know,
But
yeah,
I didn't. I wouldn't bet this against the spread. I would stay away from it.
Okay.
But I might take the over, if anything. But I would
Okay.
stay away from this.
Yeah, I don't like this game at all. I think that line is too high. Wasn't impressed with Josh Allen last week. I do think he does get right. I think week one can be week one. We look at others that around the league like Joe Burrow, who didn't throw any sort of numbers at all.
Did he get 100 yards? Did he throw up
No,
for 100 yards?
Yeah, he
and
didn't
just
get on.
didn't even get 100 yards. And you just think to yourself, this is week one. This is kind of the things that we see happening. So for me, I'm just going to stay away from betting on this altogether, but I'm going to take Buffalo for the win.
Yeah, I mean, you pair that up, the money line. I don't know what the money line is, or what FanDuel has the money line at. But
And what'd you say the over under was 37?
47, John, was the
47.
over under.
47. All right, so I'll tell you what. I disagree with both of you. I think that I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills and lay the 8.5 points because they did have a bad game against the Jets. Josh Allen didn't look right. I think the Raiders looked about as good as the Raiders are going to look. I'm not really all that impressed with that football team. I mean, they've got some talent, I guess, with Jacobs and
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but I think that the Bills are a Super Bowl contender, right? And they're going to have to decide that they're going to show people that they're a Super Bowl contender. Because after last week, I mean, dude, you'd have thought after the fourth play of the game that they were just going to romp the Jets.
Yeah.
And they did not. The Jets defense had their way with them. But I think at home, yeah, give me the Bills in a romp and a stomp. I'm going to say they're going to win by 10 at least.
We've seen this before from the Bills in the beginning of the season, especially the past few years. They don't always start off very well. Their first 3-4 games are kind of iffy. So I'm not jumping on the Bills bandwagon just yet. I think they're going to win this game. I just don't know if it's going to be by 8.5 points or more.
Yeah, I got them by 10. And I'll tell you what, we have seen this out of the Bills at the beginning of the season before.
You going to put some money on it?
Being the old guy, I've seen the Bills do this at the end of seasons too, like in the Super Bowl 4 times in a row. So, Buffalo fans, it's always fun to rub that in.
I like Buffalo fans. They're one of the coolest fan bases in the NFL. Them and the Lions. Pretty much every other fan base sucks, including our own. But yeah, no, I like the Bills Mafia.
All right, I am taking the Bills. I'm going to go ahead and put $100 down on the Buffalo Bills and give the 8.5 points. I don't like the over under 47. If it was 40, I'd take it because I think the Bills are capable of 40. I just don't know that the Raiders are capable of much against the Bills. I think the Bills, honestly, I think they're going to be pissed off from last week. Whereas I think the Raiders, that's about the best you're going to get out of them. I think
better be pissed off than pissed on. All right. Moving on to the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions.
So this one is I've got as 4.5. So Detroit Lions are 4.5 point dogs, and it's
like
47 and it's 47.5 the over under.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get to 47.5, but I like the Lions minus the points. I like Detroit this year. I think they have a really good chance of being in the NFC Championship along with the San Francisco 49ers. It's like welcome Hunter to the chat. Yeah, I am not a Seattle believer whatsoever. I think last year was a one-hit wonder with them and Geno Smith. I do not believe in their team whatsoever. I think they have a shitty defense. Geno Smith is a shitty quarterback. And DK Metcalf is not better than Terry McLaurin. So fuck off.
Yeah, he's a dirty player.
He is. Yeah, I got Lions. Shoot, I might buy some points and raise that up to 5.5. Yeah, Detroit plus $1 million.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you putting anything down there,
Jesse?
Yeah, I'll put $300 down on that one.
300 woofed.
Big spender. Look, I'll tell you what, I don't believe in Seattle either. I think it's a government plot to get us to buy fucking overpriced coffee and some shitty music. Yeah. So, no, I don't believe in Seattle. Look, all this talk about Geno Smith. Okay, he had a big year last year, I guess. It was in that he was actually better than anybody thought he would be. But is he that quarterback, or did he just show up last year? I don't know that he necessarily is. I don't think they've got enough talent. I think the Lions are strong, and I think they're coming on high last week after whooping up on the Chiefs. Yeah, I'll take the freaking Lions, and I'll put $200 down. I'm not as bold as Jesse. My balls are just little. But $200 down on the Lions, and what was that? 3.5?
It was
4.5.
4.5.
4.5. All right.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Laying the points, Lions all day long. I don't believe in Seattle either. I mean, a broken clock's right twice a day. That's why Geno Smith had a great season. He's not as good as everyone makes him out to be. Show me it again, and that's where I am. I'm in the same boat with Jalen Hurts. Actually, show me again that you are as good as people say you are. For me, yeah, I think the Lions have come on leaps and bounds, and I expect them to be quite deep in that playoff contention. I'll put 100 on it. I'll do exactly the same as you boys. Lay the points on that one.
I like I like Jared Goff in that offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works well. They're a feisty team.
Mhm.
I like Dan Campbell, even though he likes to bite kneecaps. Yeah, I really like Detroit this year. All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
I'm on Ross St. Brown. That dude
Yeah,
is-
he's great.
unstoppable. That
Yeah,
dude is
he's
awesome.
great.
I think it's kind of neat. His story. His parents are like super high level athletes, and his father and his mom. I mean, they plotted everything out basically from the times that they were going to be trying to conceive to everything on down the line to create two athletes, and they did.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, his Equimini is his brother, man. Both of them.
Is he still at the Bears?
Dude, I don't think the Bears have any room to be able to get rid of any talent. So I would assume
All
that he
right.
is. I haven't seen if he's out there yet, but Amon Ra is going to take all the headlines anyway. But
Mhm.
shit.
All right. Well,
Equimini,
we have
that's a name. That is a mouthful. I gotta say, that was hard to say twice.
the surprising winners of last week's Monday night game. The New York Jets are traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys that totally beat the living fucking snot out of the New York Giants. And I never root for Dallas to win. I just appreciated New York getting their ass whipped. I just appreciated that.
Yeah, you can kind of ignore the star on the helmet just to watch how much fun it was to watch New York get the shit kicked out.
Yeah, because we all know at the end of the year, the Cowboys are going to fall apart and crumble. Okay, we get that. They're going to win some games during the year. That's just a given, and they'll fall apart. It's just fun watching New York fall apart, right? Because they just paid Daniel Jones so much fucking money, and he just looked like shite. The whole entire game. There was a stat out there. I don't have it in front of me, but it was a ridiculous stat that no team. It was like 7 different things that no team did.
Oh yeah, I
more
remember
than
that.
one. Yeah, more than one of them throughout the whole entire season, and they did it all in one game. It was a ridiculous stat. But what's the line on this?
So the line on this one is 8.5. So the Jets are 8.5 dogs, and it's 39.5 on the over/under. So slight lower over/under.
It's about a reasonable over/under finally.
I think so too. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. 38.5.
I like the Jets defense. I
do too.
I do
They've
like
got
the
talent
Jets
everywhere but
defense.
quarterback now.
Yeah.
And the
And-
offense line.
Brees Hall is fucking awesome. They're running back. They also got
Is Dalvin Cook there
Dalvin
still?
Cook. Yeah,
Yes.
they also got Dalvin Cook. So if they can find a semblance of a run game, I think they can keep this game a little bit closer. So I'm going to take the Jets plus the points. I got the Cowboys winning, and I'm even going to put 50 on it.
Jets
I'm
plus
not
points.
putting a dime on this game because I truly don't know. Look, what I always say is week one's full of liars, right? And we all agreed, I think, that both the Giants and the Cowboys lied. Giants aren't as bad as that. Cowboys aren't as good as that. And Jets coming in with Zach Wilson, dude, they could get after him just as bad as they got after. I almost said Eli Manning. What the hell is the difference? Daniel Jones. But I don't think that. I think that the Jets' offensive line is better. All right, they do have talent. They've got outside receivers. They've got good running backs. They've got a defense that can they held the Bills down. They beat the shit out of Josh Allen last week, and I think that they can do that to the Cowboys' offense the same way. What's his name? The wide receiver, Michael
Gallup.
Brandon Cooks, right? The one, not Gallup. Gallup's going to have to step up because Cook got hurt. So they're back to what they were. I'm thinking that they can probably get after Dak make Dak make a couple of mistakes. This is not going to be another blowout like the Cowboys had last week, but I'm going to go ahead and pick them to win. And I'm not touching this game in any way, shape, or form. Not even that over-under. The over-under, what did you say, 37.5?
Yeah, 38.5, the over-under here, John.
38.5. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll just for shits and grins, I'll go ahead and put 50 on the over.
50 over. Interesting. Okay, I'm going the other way. I'm going to go 50 on the under. I think this is quite a tight defensive game. I don't think Dak was anywhere near what we thought he was as their week 1 QB. He was shocking and didn't throw very far at all. And I think New York have got a good special teams and defense. So Quentin Williams he's no joke.
Love that guy, man.
Quentin Williams is a trip.
They've got very, very good players on cornerback. They're looking at Sauce Gardner. You've got Wilson's a good throw. Garrett Wilson, he's a good wide receiver if he can get going. They've got some talent in this team in the Jets, but just the quarterback is the mystery, isn't it? What is Zach Wilson going to do? So I'm sticking like you are there, John. I'm going to say Dallas for the win, but $50 on the under. You're going over, aren't you, on that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a Dallas win too, but I'm just taking points with the Jets with the 8.5. All right, Bengals and Ravens. Bengals are home. They got thrashed.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow
they got embarrassed
for like 87 yards.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen this game.
Higgins didn't have a stat.
Yeah, I like the Bengals to bounce back. And kind of put it to the Ravens. I got the Bengals winning big in this one. What's the line? Is it -3?
So on this Bengals one, it is +3. Yeah, so -3 +3, whichever way you're looking at it. Baltimore are +3 to win, and the over under is 46.5.
46.
That's quite a large over under.
Yeah, I don't like that over under. I'd stay with it, but I'm gonna take the Bengals, lay the points, and I'll put 100 on this one.
What did you say the spread was?
3.
3. Yeah,
it's hometown line.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Bengals. I don't care about the points. I'm not gonna put anything on the spread. I'll take the Bengals to straight win, and I will take and put $100 on the over. All right.
Oof, okay.
Yeah, man. Fucking Baltimore, boy. I tell you what, they've got some offense, I think. And I don't care whether they lost J.K. Dobbins last year or the year before or the week before last or however long. They've never had J.K. Dobbins. So don't tell me about them missing him. They've never had him. So I like the Ravens. I think their offense is going to freaking blow up this year. And I, of course, have Zay Flowers in my fantasy lineup. So please, let's hit him early and often. That's what I say. I like this game in terms of being an offensive battle. I mean, this could be something like a 37-34 game is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the local CBS, so it'll be on TV. We'll be able to watch it in our area. And he says, John busting out the Peaky Blinders cap. I got one of these too, somewhere around there.
I've been wearing these ever since I was a kid, man. I love these kinds of caps.
I'm staying away from the betting on this one, boys. I'm just going to go Cincinnati win.
Yeah, that's probably a smart thing to do.
It's just
stay away from that
46 and a half.
Capable of going up there and whooping them too.
I don't know. I'm not a big Baltimore believer. I think I like Zay Flowers. I'm not a huge fan of Lamar. I think he's good. I don't think he's a good passer. But the Bengals got embarrassed last game, and they are a AFC favorite, one of the AFC favorites. They're not going to get embarrassed again. This is a rivalry game. I think Baltimore's going to come to town and get their butt whipped.
And yet you won't take the Bills to do the same thing to the Raiders after they got shellacked. Interesting.
Well, I took the Bills.
Yeah, I know you did. You didn't. I mean, I took them big. I took everything. Scotty, what's up with your camera?
I don't know what's happening with it. It keeps going in and out every 2 seconds. I'm sorry.
No,
he's got the blur on
your glasses. That's right. It's attached to your glasses. So every time you look up, there he is. And then when he looks away, he's not there anymore.
Disappear. All right, moving along. Chiefs and the Jaguars.
Oof, interesting.
Yeah,
this is a good game. This looks like a fun game. What's the line there, Scotty?
So the line on this is Kansas City are a 3.5 point favorite, and the over under is a massive 51.5.
Pooh.
Wow.
That is
3.5 point. Now, where is this in Jacksonville or in
It's
Kansas?
in
City?
Jacksonville.
It's in
It's in
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
The Chiefs 3.5 point favorite.
Chiefs got 3.5 point favorite. Yeah,
Mm.
considering
staying
Chiefs got
away.
beat as well
I'm
last week.
staying away from putting any money on this game, but I am going to take the Chiefs.
Staying away from Jacksonville is not a bad idea. It is the world's largest trailer park.
So you're
What's
just
the
going
over-under?
straight KC. Oh, it's 51.5. It's massive.
I'm going to take the over on this, actually. And I'm
serious?
going to put measly $25 on it.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that is fair.
Yeah,
play
act like
to you.
this is soccer, where it's going to be like a 4-1 game, and that's a big score.
It's just for shits and giggles. But no, I think there's two high-powered offenses with not very much for defense on either team.
I don't know. Jacksonville's defense is not bad. I'm going to go ahead and
10 years ago it wasn't. It's been horrible.
I tell you what, I like that. I like the Jaguars this year. I like Trevor Lawrence to step up this year, but I don't know that I like him in this game because for the same exact reason that we just said that the Chiefs got beat at home, big time coming back after the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, as every time I think about the Chiefs, you only think about one thing: Patrick Mahomes can run outside, but he's got nobody to throw to. And last week, he was bad. I don't care what they wanted to tell me about how, he missed Travis Kelce. He missed Kelce. Kelce, listen, I'll tell you what, Kelce is not so fucking good that when he throws the ball 10 yards short, Kelce can make up that difference and go back and get it. Or when he throws it 30 yards over their head, he can go get it. And that's what he was doing last week. So I'm going to say I'll take Jacksonville and the points just to keep it close. And I'm just going to put $50 on it. I don't have a big belief in everything, but I don't think it's going to be a Chiefs runaway by any stretch because I don't think they have anybody that can run away with the damn ball.
I know. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be close. I just think it's going to be high scoring.
Okay, yeah, it's possible. That's definitely possible. The defense they're nothing, but the Chiefs don't have any weapons, man. You can talk to me about Patrick Mahomes all you want, but he needs something out there. Sky Moore, this dude is a flop so far, big time.
Yeah, for me, this is my bold hot take of the week. I think Jacksonville beats Kansas City. I think it's a revenge game from the divisional round. I think Patrick Mahomes is just not on his game, obviously, off week one. Still don't know what's happening with Kelce at the minute. Is he questionable? Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? No idea what's happening with him. He's not a full go, that's for certain. It's a game time decision again as to whether he's going to play. I'm going to take the Jacksonville plus the points. I'm going to have 150 on this. I'm going to be bold. Put my money where my mouth is. Hope for the best.
150 is bold.
Very bold.
Gotta say, I'm gonna have to make me a graphic called Scott's Steamy Hot Take. Scott's Steamy Hot Take, and maybe I'll get one of those things from that thing I sent you earlier. Oh, all right. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, Scott and
Chargers at the Titans.
Chargers.
Is it? Yeah, it's at Tennessee.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
What's the line on that? Was it Chargers 2.5?
Chargers at Tennessee. Hang on. Well, yeah, 2.5 -2.5.
Yeah.
To the Chargers. Yes, the Chargers are a 2.5 point favorite.
And
the over under on this is 39.5.
39.5. I like the Chargers in this game. I'm gonna do the trifecta and put Chargers money line, Chargers minus the 2.5. And the over, because I think the Chargers can probably score. I think the Chargers will probably score 30 points, and the Titans should score 10 at least.
Mm-hmm.
You would think.
Write this one down. So Jesse,
Tannehill was pretty awful.
He's shocking last week. He was horrible.
I think did he throw like 3 interceptions?
Yeah,
dude, they're a bad football team. All right, and they lost to the Saints last week. Okay,
yeah. I'm telling you, the Saints are winning that division. They're winning that division.
That's called the who cares division. Who gives a fuck division, right? The only thing that they have count that they might be able to hope for is that whenever they get into the playoffs, whichever team wins that division gets to play the Cowboys, because then you have a better and even chance of winning. But the fact of the matter is, Tennessee, I mean, I don't see anything there. All right. And you would think that the Chargers last week, they got in a big, long, freaking high flying affair with the Dolphins, right?
That was a good game. Really good game. Yeah.
Yeah. And you would think that the Chargers should trump all over them.
Yeah. But this line's kind of funny, though. Why is it? Why are they only favored by 2.5?
Exactly.
And it's quite a low line as well, an over-under, which makes me think this is a trap. I had this last year with the Chargers, and I put all my money in it.
Yeah, we all got fucking reamed
on
that one. I remember that.
Listen, I'm telling you, Vegas knows. I always say they know something because there's always that one.
They do. That one I'm probably going to eat my foot on this one, but fuck Vegas. I'm smarter than Vegas. I'm fucking smart. I'm taking the Chargers, laying the fucking points, and putting $300 on it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
And I'm probably going to fucking eat that.
I'm going to do the George Costanza this time and do the opposite of what I always do. All right. Because they always have, this is that line. I think each week they have that one line that they go, okay, we'll get everybody with this one. All right. Everybody's going to jump on this. And then something happens and it just doesn't work out. So I'm not touching this game. I will not bet a dime on it. Not even close. However, it would not surprise me at all if the Chargers score 46 points and the Titans score 3. It wouldn't shock me a bit. I'm just not touching it out of the simple superstition of I always jump on this shit. I always take this big fat hunk of bait that they throw in the water, and I always end up with a hook in my mouth and an empty wallet. So, fuck it, I'm in the frying pan. Not this year. Not this time.
You're taking the Chargers to win, yeah?
I'm taking the Chargers to win straight up. I'll just do that straight up on the money line. I'll put $100 down on that for the Chargers to win. See, I just went ahead and did it.
Win $5
anyway.
Probably. On
100 money line.
Yeah, I'll win $100 and 10 cents.
Yeah, for me, I agree. I think Chargers were very unlucky last week. Obviously, not long left on the clock and a throw right into the flat in the corner for Tyreek Hill to win it was just ridiculous. I mean, they were a very good side, Miami, and they're going to do well. I thought Austin Eckler had a great game last week. He looked like he was back to his mid-season best, the same as he was last year. So for me, it's a definite win for the Chargers. I just don't believe in Tennessee at all, and I think their coach is Mike Vrabel might be one of the first to be saying "see you later" come mid-season. He may even be one of the first to be fired because I don't think they're going to have a very good time at all. I mean, Will Levis there.
Yeah, he's the third quarterback. He's
third
the
stringer.
Third quarterback.
Unbelievable. And I mean, if you can't beat Malik Willis on the depth chart, something's going wrong. I know I was on his train, and I will admit that. I wanted him in Washington, to be fair, but tape doesn't always tell you what it is. You've got to see. You've got to see when he plays. So for me, I'm going to take LA Chargers. I'm going to lay the points here, and I'm going to stick 150 on it. So
jump away at the bait.
Laying points. Right, yeah. John, you were 100 on the money line, weren't you? There,
and that's it. Yeah, and I'm kicking myself for that because I'm telling you. This is the trap. This is the game that
this is the trap game, isn't it?
We're going to throw this big old fat hunk of bait right on out there for everybody.
This could be the trap game too, because I don't understand this line really either. Because, well, I don't know. Maybe the Packers and Falcons. Packers are traveling to Atlanta. Atlanta's a 1.5 favorite. Don't see it. I don't. I like the Packers in this game. What's the over not under?
The over under is 40.5.
So Atlanta might score 40.5 this month.
Yeah, I like the Packers. I think Jordan Love played a fine game, and I'm just not a believer in Desmond Ridder, and I think Bijan Robinson is a bust.
You're gonna call him out.
After wanking on the yank, what say we a spolity?
Yeah.
Key thing I got.
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Daddy, would you like some sausage? No, Bijan Robinson, he had a good game
He's a
last game, but
beast.
He ran
but-
some people over last week on that first touchdown.
I don't believe in Atlanta. I like
Neither do I.
Green Bay's not going to, get you all hot and bothered either. But I think Green Bay wins this game.
Didn't they score 38 last week or something like
I think
that?
so. Yeah.
All right, so they whooped up on the Bears, who everybody was hyping up to be.
Everybody's going to whip up on the Bears this year.
Yeah, but see, I thought the Bears were going to have a chance at worst to first. Everybody, Justin Fields. Oh, the Bears, look, they got DJ Moore. Oh, well, Bears. Well, I think Denny Green said it once a long time ago. The Bears are who we thought they were. All right, and either that or week one is lying. Jordan Love was okay last week, but the Packers overall. Is Aaron Jones playing this week?
No, he's injured. He's out.
He's injured. See, they don't miss much with AJ Dillon though. That dude's a freaking beast. So, and yeah, I don't buy into the Falcons, but this is another big fat hunk of bait out there in the water. 1.5. Falcons are favored 1.5. You know what? I'm going to say this. What is it? Sheehan says the smell test. This stinks. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Falcons in the 1.5, and I'm going to throw $50 on it just for fucking fun. Just as I have no. I don't believe in the Packers. I don't believe in the freaking Falcons. So I'm just going to see if I can believe in what goes on with Vegas. See if they do know.
So you're going to take the points with the Falcons, as you say?
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. I'm taking the 1.5, and I'm taking Atlanta at home.
Yeah. Jordan Love had 245 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's terrible.
To Desmond Ritter's 115 yards and 1 touchdown. Now Tyler Algier, he was the number 1 running back, and not even Bijan Robinson. He carried the ball 15 times for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, so they got a running game. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm staying away from this, but I have to lean Green Bay here.
You would think, and I mean, believe me, looking at it on the surface, I would think so too. But I look
because
at that line,
it's Atlanta. It's Atlanta home game, and they're only it's only a 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I'm just taking. I'm
Vegas. Vegas, if this was on a neutral field, Vegas would definitely go towards Green Bay. At least that's what the line's telling me.
Well, they're going towards them right now, but
yeah, I agree with you. For me, it's I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to take Green Bay to win. I'm going to put 50 on that because it's a 1.5. They're going to win by a 1.5 for me. No problem.
Somebody,
someone's going to win, aren't they? By that, unless it's a tie. But I mean, for me, I don't believe in Desmond Ridder at all. I think by the time it comes to week 5 or whatever it is when we're playing them, I think. Or is it week 6? I think it's week 6. When we're playing them, I think Taylor Heineke will be the starter then.
Atlanta fans are already clamoring for Taylor Heineke to
really
jump on the field. Yeah, I mean, they were doing that in the preseason, and it hasn't changed since week 1. Little do they know.
Little do they know.
But anyways, I'm staying away from that. Another game that everybody's so excited to see the outcome of is the Colts and Texans. What a game this
is. I literally could not give 2 shits about this game at all.
What's the line?
Indianapolis are a 1-point underdog going to the Texans.
What's the over-under?
Over-under is 39.5.
I'll be shocked if this game gets to like 35. You got 2 rookie quarterbacks, Stroud and Richardson, and I think they're both kind of shite. Richardson, what he played an all right game, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a rushing touchdown, I think, as well.
Yeah, he had a passing touchdown, pass for 223 yards and an interception. He also ran the ball for 40 yards. CJ Stroud didn't have a bad game. I mean, he passed for 242 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I like that running back Pierce, but he did not have a good game for the Texans. I don't know, man. I guess I'm going to have to lean towards Indianapolis, maybe, but it's fucking trash game.
Okay, so I'll just put you down as Indy. That's fine. John?
Hey, I'll tell you what. This game, I'm not even going to go. I got a gig with my band at Casey's. Casey's is a dump of them place down on 10th Street. And if anybody wants to come on down, I'll give them free ticket, a free ticket, And I'll tell you something else. I'm just tanking. I'm tanking. That's what I'm doing. We're gonna tank. We're gonna go after that Caleb. You know that guy.
But you just drafted Anthony Richardson.
Hey, I don't care. Listen here, buddy. You can't even. You're not even in my league when it comes to strategy and thinking, boy. Let me tell you. All right.
Listen, the Texans I'm going to take in this game. I'm going to take the Texans. I think, what's the line on this? What did you say it was?
1.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the Texans, lay the 1, and I'll put down shit. Why not? Let's go for broke. I'll put down $25 just for shits on this. Because who gives a fuck? But I think that Dameon Pierce, it's about time he starts to break out and make Jonathan Taylor stand there on the sidelines and make old fucking numbnuts Jim Irsay stay. Oh boy, they got a running back. I wish I had a running back.
Taylor's still on the pup list.
He is because he's on the pup.
They won't play him.
They can't play him right now because he's on pup, and it's all because of Jim Irsay's fucking idiocy. Yeah. And he's going to see what a running back can do to a football team when Dameon Pierce gets hold of the ball this weekend, and his Colts are going down. Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans as well. I think the Texans reroute the ship. It's in Houston. I'm just giving them a bit of home field advantage here and just saying, look, they'll do okay. I don't believe in Richardson at all. I think he's a bust written all over him. I think CJ Stroud is a much, much better quarterback than he is. And I think he will get the dub in the end. But it's one I really don't want to pay any interest into.
Dude, they're going to make convicts watch this fucking game. And I guarantee you that you're going to get all kinds of lawsuits for cruel and unusual punishment. I guarantee you, they're going to put this game on in the prisons, and the convicts will be like, "No, put on Antiques Roadshow. Fuck all this." So.
Have we got next game on the docket is the second most exciting game of week 2.
Well, I tell you, you got some big ones.
Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Justin Fields versus Baker Mayfield.
Looks
so
like
2.5 points I've got.
What's the over-under?
Over-under on this is 40.5 again.
Yeah, another game that will be lucky if it scores 35 points. I'm going to take the under on that.
Oh, okay.
And Jesus, I guess I'm going to go the Bucks, maybe. Here, I got a coin. Hold on.
All right, flip that coin.
Heads, it's the Bucks. Tails, it's the Bears. Tails. I guess I'm going to go to Bears plus the 2.5.
There you go. That's some solid analysis right there, lady.
Chicago right there. Plus the 2.5.
I got a system, and it works.
And over.
Be right back.
What on that, Jesse?
All right, he walked away. So
he walked away. That's fine. So we'll come back to his bet in a minute. Yeah.
Right. Have you noticed though that thing right on his face? It's right on the front of his face. When he gets back and he reads it, he'll remember what we're talking about. But Jesus, it's right on the front of his face. Here he comes. Wait. See, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, look, Scott. You see what I mean?
Fucking awesome. What was your bet, Jesse?
What's that?
What was your bet on that?
Oh, my system pick. It was Tails. Yeah. It was the Bears plus the 2.5.
Plus the 2.5, and you're going to take the under as well.
Yeah.
And how much money are you putting on that one?
$5. 20.
$5. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to put $5 on the Bears, please.
25, yeah. Okay. Oh shit. John, go on. You go for it.
Look, I'm going big with Baker Mayfield, baby, because Baker Mayfield's figured out that if he just kind of closes his eyes and throws it down there, Mike Evans is somewhere. Go get him. Go find him. Yeah, man. They're going to be making excuses for the Bears after this one too. Justin Fields, if he didn't have ham sandwich for his pregame meal, he probably would have played better. Something stupid, something dumb. They'll come up with some reason why they lost again. But hey, the Bucks last week, man, they came back and beat the 0-2 Minnesota Vikings. Why not? Why can't they beat the Bears? Fuck it. Where's this game? Is it in Tampa? Or is it in
Yeah, it's in Tampa, yeah.
There you go. They're coming down to home. Tampa Bay is the second largest trailer park in America besides Jacksonville. So, I mean, where you're talking really there is the Central Florida Toothless Gap is what we call it. It's like the toothless belt that goes across the middle of Florida. And they're right in the middle of there. They're right in there. But makes Baker Mayfield fit right on in.
Doggone Racine.
God dang right there, Raylene. Let me tell you something. We're going to go over here to the stadium this week. We're going to watch the Buccaneers, boy. I'll tell you something about that goddamn Mayor Baker Mayfield. He's going to throw the shit out of that ball to Mike Evans and that goddamn what's them boy's name? I can't even remember. But them just some Chicago Bears. They's going home with a big old fat L.
They even got a pirate ship in the stadium.
They got the pirate ship, god dang right, boy. They fired that cannon and everything.
Are y'all done?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna afford to go
Next
to
game.
I'm riding with a bet. I'm riding with Tampa Bay. That's it, with the Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks. Nothing on it, just the Bucks.
The number 3 fantastic fucking game of the week: the New York Giants versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. I actually want to see this game just to see who's worse.
What kind of shit show? This is it's the 4:05 game. So
yeah.
should
we play the freaking Daniel Jones song?
No.
Fuck you,
No.
Daniel Jones.
Fuck
But
you.
I'm going with the Cardinals in this game. I'm going there.
Arizona are a 4.5-point favorite, and the over/under is 39.5. Jesse.
Well, no, New York's the favorite.
Oh, sorry, New York is the favorite.
But I'm taking the Cardinals plus the points.
How do I know what my bets are? I don't know. I got Scott's my bookie over there.
Yeah, shite.
What's the over/under?
Right. Over/under is 39.5.
Yeah, shit. I'm gonna take the under.
Under.
And I'll take Cardinals plus the points for 200, Alex.
Woo! Arizona plus the points.
You know, for as much as people talk shit about the Arizona Cardinals, I think they are better than what people say. I think they're feisty. They don't have a whole lot of big names. But if they can somehow get a running game, and the New York Giants defense is nowhere near as good, their defensive front isn't as good as ours. So if they can get a running ball, keep the game, they'll keep the score low, and Daniel Jones sucks. So
Daniel Jones does suck.
when he plays us.
When you say Connor is a quality back. All right.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have anything else around him to help get him going.
I think Dobbs can run the ball too. And if they play the RPO.
Yeah, but they didn't last week.
Because they didn't have time. There was many RPO plays that they had, but I mean, we had 15 tackles for loss in that game. We were in the backfield the whole game. They just didn't have time to pull it off. So maybe if they do have some time, that maybe they can start pulling together some drives and holding the ball and keeping it away from
Daniel Jones. I was listening to an interview with Daniel Jones the other day, and they were asking him, how do you get past a game like this? And he said, "Well, we got back." And I thought, well, maybe he's got his head screwed on straight. It didn't really seem like it. The thing about Jones is that he can run. He can use his legs and he can get around with it, but then he just makes ungodly, stupid mistakes with the ball. Arizona last week on defense, they flew around. Then they did create some problems for us. They intercepted a pass. They did take a fumble back for a touchdown, and they had other interceptions in their hands that they didn't catch. So yeah, I think they can make life hard for Daniel Jones, and I'm going to go ahead and say the Cardinals are going to win. I'm going to lay them. What is it? 1.5 points? You said or 2.5 points? 4 points. Jesus Christ! I like my lines a lot better than theirs. 4 points.
Vegas don't know what the hell they're talking about.
4 points. That I don't like. But I don't like the Giants. I don't like the Giants at all. Saquon Barkley is the only thing they've got.
Well, if you like, look, it's 4.5 points.
Right.
So
I'm going to go ahead and take the Giants. No, I'm taking the Giants, and I'm going to have.
You're taking the Giants to win by more than 4.5.
I thought you said the Cardinals were favored.
No, the Giants.
Giants are favorite.
Oh, well,
Giants
I'm taking the Cardinals in the
4.5.
4.5 points all day long because I think they're going to win outright. Simple as that. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm listening to my English bookie over there that asks,
It's useless.
Who's the favorite here?
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it's not in fucking decimals for a start and fractions. If you told me it was 2-1, I'd be quite happy with that. I'd know what I'm talking about. But all this for like fucking 10 cents on a dollar, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm with you boys. I think Arizona laying the points.
see, laying the points means they're the favorite. When you say laying the points, that tells me you're giving the 4.5 points.
Taking the points.
Taking the points. Sorry. Taking the points. I'll get there. We've only been doing this for 2 years.
But we don't do it for now. I think that's the problem.
Shit, man. Taking the points.
God knows what the story is in that big embossed book.
It will be right. Don't worry.
San Francisco 49ers are traveling way down to Southern California to go against the LA Rams. The Rams are, 7-point dogs?
Yeah.
7-point dogs.
Yep.
I am taking the Rams plus the points.
Why?
And San Fran to win, but taking the points.
Why? That's my question.
It's
Why?
my system point. I think the Rams right now, because they're healthier right now.
Are they though? That Puka's not going to play. That's the wide receiver that broke out last week.
Well,
It's going to be Tyler Higbee and whatever that other guy's name is.
No, I think
the Cup's still not fit.
No, he's not.
But their defenses played well last week too, I think. And I know the 49ers beat the shit out of the Steelers last week. I think everybody's going to just come down to earth a little bit. So,
okay,
7 points is pretty big, and I just have a feeling the Rams are going to keep it close.
Well,
in these games, they always keep it close. All those NFC West teams, they do keep it close. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Rams won this game.
It would me. I'll tell you what. I'm looking at the 49ers. I asked last week who's telling the truth and who's lying, and I think that the 49ers told the truth last week. That is a strong football team. Their defense is absolutely legit. McCaffrey is the best back in the league. And it's not even close. If he stays on the football field, they are a completely different monster. And this freaking Mr. Irrelevant can play. Brandon Ayuk is a badass. Debo didn't even get started last week. I mean, he played, but he didn't. He might have had a halfway decent stat line, but Brandon Ayuk was the story over there. They've got George Kittle. I think they are going to go down and they are going to put their stamp on the division and they're going to win handily. I'm going to take the 49ers.
Side bet. I bet you.
What are we betting?
A beer.
A beer it is. A beer it is.
I bet you a beer that the Rams
just straight up win?
No.
All right.
The Rams cover.
Okay. All right. So you got the Rams at 7. I'm taking the 49ers laying the 7. And a beer is on top of that. And I'm going to put $250 on it outside of the much, much bigger and more important bet of a beer.
250, did you say, John?
Yes, sir. No, make it 3. Make it 3.
It's getting frisky.
There you go.
Wow.
Hot damn. Fuck it. My wife went out of the room. She doesn't see what I'm spending.
I'm in agreement with you, John. I'm on your side there. I think that the 49ers boat race the Rams completely. I think the Rams are terrible. I really do. I don't think they're very good at all.
They're fucking rubbish.
I think the 49ers are absolutely legitimate NFC championship material. And they're going to absolutely hammer.
I hate Kyle Shanahan. I just want to.
I do too. I don't like him either. I just think, honestly, if they didn't hit on Purdy, it would be him and the
funniest thing in the world. It would be hysterically funny. Their defense would still keep them in as a 500 team. Though.
Yeah, but it just seems to work for them, and I don't know why. I think their defense is legitimately probably either the best unit or the second best unit in the whole of the NFL.
I'm telling you guys this,
and I'm actually quite high on them.
NFC West teams are a coin flip when they play each other. Doesn't matter how bad they are.
I'm quite high on the Steelers, and they boat raced the Steelers last week, which I did not expect.
Well, Steelers are terrible. Everybody, I don't know why everybody was high on the Steelers. I just thought
they were going to do quite well.
I think Pickett sucks.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to do the same as you, John. I'm going to lay the 7. I'm going to put 300 on it as well.
There you go.
Dolphins.
So you know what?
Travel.
Typically, just in the Scott Hartley household, laying 7 means we're having sex twice this weekend.
No, that's 7 minutes in total. Yeah, you're right. Over the 2
You look
sessions.
at it however you want.
All right.
Here we go.
We have a
what
fierce
she said.
rivalry game. A very fierce rivalry game here.
A fierce
And
rivalry.
The Miami Dolphins travel up north to the New England Patriots. This should be a good game.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be a good fight.
Miami's favored
In New England. That's big.
in New England.
They are by 2.5.
When's the last time that fucking happened?
Probably in a year that ended with 19 or started with 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the over-under on
crazy.
this is 46.5.
I told y'all when we were doing our pick show through for the Commanders, I am not a Patriot believer. I think this team is going to have a very down year, and I'll even go out on a limb and have a hot take saying that this is going to be Belichick's last year as a coach of the New England Patriots.
Wait, a hot take. What is it? 71?
Yeah.
All right, so
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I got Miami covering, winning outright. What's the over under?
46.5.
I'm going to go over because I think Miami's probably going to score 40 of them points. They can score on will, man. I mean, you saw them versus the Chargers. I mean, they just Tyreek Hill is just fucking amazing.
He's a cheat code, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cheat code, just an absolute cheat
I
code.
saw a and it had a video with it on Twitter. It was just today or this morning or yesterday. Every single pass play, Tyreek Hill ran a different motion. Every single play, every single route he ran, he went in motion and ran a different type of motion. And it showed, the video showed, and it was crazy. Every single one of them was fucking different.
It's a Hall of Famer in the making.
100%. Yeah, he's done it at 2 teams now, so he is.
I mean, he could retire now and he'd be a
Yeah.
first ballot Hall of Famer.
It's hard, man. Wide receivers got a log jam. There's a bunch of them coming
Yeah,
up.
there's a lot.
So
You're
that's
right.
interesting.
Are you putting any money on that one, Jesse?
Yeah, 5.
5.
bills.
Mr. Spender. There we go.
Woo-hoo, 5
$100
bills.
bucks.
Okay,
I'm not that bold with this
that's
game.
big.
'Cause
That's some big old balls there, mate.
No, I got no faith in the Patriots. I think that they're going to be lucky to win 6 games this year.
I tell you what, Belichick will always be able to scheme up a defense, keep him in a game somewhat. And Mac Jones last week actually played pretty well, and I don't like him. I think he's a dirty bastard. I can't wait for somebody to rack him up and wring his head out. And I hope that the Dolphins do it this week. I'm not betting on this game though. I think Miami should go up and really shellac them. Miami should go up and say, "Listen, motherfucker,
This is a Sunday night game too.
yeah, we've had
Yeah.
enough of your shit for the last 22 years. Fuck off and just whack them." So you know what? Fuck it. I am going to go with that. I am going to take Miami. I am going to lay the points, and I am also going to put $500 down on it because I feel bold like Jesse.
You just cost me the pot too.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. What about you, Scotty?
thinking that-
You gonna make it a trifecta? We're gonna
No,
put 15
no, I'm
beans
not.
down
No,
on it?
I'm not.
We're gonna
I'm
put
just
15
gonna
beans down.
be like,
Come on, man.
That's another
do you
lie.
reckon? There's not much left. I mean, New Orleans, Carolina, nope. Not betting on our game. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, no. I'll go 3. I'm not gonna go 5 bags. That's too much, man. 3, and I'll do exactly the same as you boys. But I'll go 300.
Right on.
I'm not that. I'm
Now
not
we got
that
a
bold.
double header for Monday night. Double header. They usually do it.
Don't
the
they
first
come on at the
week.
same time though?
No, one comes on at
7 and the other one's at
7:15, and
9:30.
the other one's at 8:15.
I love that.
Yeah.
Man. I'll tell you
I'll
what,
be
that-
watching neither of these
And
games.
then one of the on if you have ESPN2, they do the double screen, so you can
Right.
watch both of them at the same time. I think.
So you can Mike McCarthy it.
Yeah. Saints and Panthers don't give a really flying fuck about this game.
I think that
Saints-
the only people that do give a flying fuck about that are fucking Derek Carr's mother and the other guy's mother. To the what? Anthony Richardson.
David Tepper.
David Tepper. Who's the quarterback over there in
the
Carolina?
Panthers, not
Yeah.
Stroud,
Young.
but Bryce Young.
Bryce
yeah.
Young.
Bryce Young. Right.
New Orleans, favored by 3.5, 3, something like that.
3. You've got it as 3. Yeah, and the over under is 40.
Yeah, I got the Saints. I'll take the under. I'll put 100 on that.
That is a completely we don't fucking care line. We don't know. Who knows what the hell's going to happen here? 20-20, hometown line for the Saints. Are they at home or is it in Carolina?
No, it's in Carolina.
Huh? Then
It's
that's
in Carolina.
surprising. That is surprising because the Saints last week didn't impress anybody. You know,
No.
Carr had a halfway.
Saints got a good defense though. They do have a good defense,
and they should be able to scheme up something to hold a rookie down. So I will take the Saints. I'm not putting any dimes on that at all.
I'll take the Saints, land points, and I will put hundo on it.
Yeah, I'm not putting any money on this at all, but I will take the Saints. I don't really care, and I don't know enough about either. Oh yeah, I am a pussy. Fair enough. I don't know either. I don't know either side much about them at all. I just saw Derek Carr get karate chopped in on NFL mic'd up, and it looked quite cool. But yeah, he took that was a fucking serious hit. That Jesse, he got literally karate chopped. He was like, You okay? And he's like, it's just football, man. We'll just play. I was like, all right. He looks like a good leader, but whether he knows what he's doing or not, I don't know.
He looks like he wears mascara. Let's be honest. He does. He wears eyeliner.
And listen, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted Derek Carr on this team. I wanted.
I did too.
Him, but I think he's a fine quarterback.
I wanted him the year before, but when they were talking about making a trade, but I didn't want him this past year. After last year, I was happier with going forward with Howell.
Mm-hmm. All right, the shit-stained Browns versus the hapless Steelers. They're at Pittsburgh.
2.5. It's at Pittsburgh, and I've got Cleveland as 2.5 point favorites.
That seems about right.
Over under is 38.5. So
that seems about right. Cleveland played a hell of a game against the Bengals. I got Cleveland laying the points, put 100 on it.
This is one of them games here up in Pittsburgh between the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns and the Steelers is one of those games like you were talking about the 49ers and the Rams. Everything, all the time. These guys always they play it tight. They play it hard. You guys don't know nothing about that.
And I don't know nothing about that. I don't like the Steelers in this game. I like the Browns in this game. I'll lay the points, and just for fun, I'll put $100 down on it. They did look just good last week. And however, I will say this to the Steelers, please. I want to watch Deshaun Watson fail. I want that salary cap number to blow up in the Browns' faces and punish them for it. So please.
I've done the same, but I've put an extra 50 on this one. I'm going to go Cleveland lay the points at 150 on this for Cleveland to win. I think Cleveland win this quite handily. I wasn't impressed with Kenny Pickett at all. Oh, little take my strong hand, child. He's got his tiny hands, Kenny tiny hands.
But he's got the double jointed thumb, though, right?
That's it.
He's got the crab claw.
Whatever. Couldn't give two shits. Long haired fucking puff. Anyway.
Behave. He's a long haired.
Nice. But yeah. Not for me. Cleveland win this, and it's handily.
All right. And those are the Monday night games. Those are the Monday night games. Those two shit games.
Which one's on Amazon, or is it the Cleveland game?
There isn't one. They're on ESPN or in ABC.
Oh, and they're not doing. Amazon still got Monday night games this year.
Thursday night.
Oh, a Thursday night football, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. They were there. Which day around it was? It's one of the night games. Yeah.
They were there.
So we've come to the end of our show, and it comes to the Washington Commanders traveling to Mile High Beach Juice City.
Yeah, Beach Juice City
to play the Denver Broncos. ESPN's analytics, the matchup predictor, predicts that the Denver effing Broncos win 66.4% of the time.
I thought you were going to say they're going to score 60 points. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
I was like, where's that come from too? Jeez.
We are a 3.5 point dog.
We are, yeah.
Russell Wilson's stats from last week in the loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. He was 27-34, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He completed 27 passes and only got 177 yards. That's kind of
Well, I
It's
told
crazy.
you they don't have any
Really?
speed, right? And like I said yesterday on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, Jerry Judy, oh my God, ain't nobody fucking
Jerry
scared
Jeudy
of
didn't play
Jerry
last week.
goddamn Judy. I know he didn't play last week, and he's coming back this week, but nobody's scared of him. They did have a touchdown pass that was dropped in the back of the end zone by a rookie, but
He threw 2 touchdowns. He did throw 2 touchdowns.
he had 3. The dude dropped it. But the fact of the matter is, the Raiders just let him throw whatever they wanted underneath, and then just took him down. And
Sam Howell was 19 of 31 for 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 rushing TD. Brian Robinson Jr. had 19 carries for 59 yards, and Curtis Samuel had 5 receptions for 54 yards. On the other side, Javonte Williams is, I think, the biggest threat on the Denver Broncos. He had 13 carries for 52 yards, and Samaje Perine ran it 4 times for 37. I'm sorry, he had 4 receptions for 37 yards.
Yeah, Piran's a dangerous back.
He is. We never utilized Perine as a pass catcher,
and he did really well in
Cincinnati
as well.
Yeah, he's kind of grown into that role.
He's a bigger guy, and the fact was that Jay Gruden loved the running game only if he could run it outside of everything that he could find. If anything on the field, let me get away from it, get outside. And
Perine also had a tendency of dropping the ball as well, too, putting the ball on the turf.
Yeah,
I think that's another reason why we didn't really use them all that much. I think I'm going to take the Commanders and the points and our outright win for 200, please.
I'm not putting any money on it because I cursed the team.
Yeah, actually, X that out.
You were
John,
good last week.
John.
Yeah.
You did say on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, if I remember correctly, that you picked the Denver Broncos to win.
I did
first when we did our pick shows, and then you changed it yesterday.
I did,
but since it was already in the Big and Boss book, we'll have to go to Scotty to see if he's allowed to change his pick.
I'm not sticking with preseason picks. I picked like 8 of our games. We're going to win 42-10. I got us 13-4.
Because if he does change it, if he does change it, that means we win 17. You got us picked to win 16 games this season.
14 if that's the case. Yeah, if he changes it, and I'm saying he can change it, Jesse. But we get the chance to change it later down the line as well. If we think we're doing
you can change anything you want. Like I said, I am not a psychic, and you know how I know I'm not a psychic? Because I just thought of it. If I'd have known it already, I would have never had to say it. The fact of the matter is, I think that the NFL changes from week to week. Denver doesn't have any speed, and once again, for anybody who hasn't really understood my feelings on it, Jerry Judy, oh my God, fuck that guy. All right, fuck that guy. Just go over there and yell at him. He'll fucking shit his pants and he'll pull his hamstring. I'm guaranteeing you. So I like our secondary to stop whatever they throw out there. They don't have anything that's going to stretch it out that's going to hurt this secondary, I don't think. And I think that if they do try to stretch it deeper, then they're not going to get any time to throw the ball. Our defensive line is exactly what we wanted it to be. They're getting Chase Young back, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Commanders. I would lay the 3.5 and put some money down on it, except I am a good fan, and I know that would curse the team, so I'm not doing it. I'm just going to pick them to win.
Yeah, same here, picking him to win. I'm not doing anything with any betting on this at all. Yesterday, we put our predictions in of scores. John, you went with a 24-16 win.
Right.
Jesse, you went with a 24-12 win. I was a bit bolder and went 27-20. But I do think it'll be close. I do think we'll get a touchdown towards the back end of the fourth quarter to see that. I think it'll be quite close throughout this game.
I can see
it's going to be a nail biting one, but it's going to be one where no one's actually interested in watching it, nationally. But I just think that it's going to be we'll see. And as you said, if you look at the actual prediction, as you just said there, 66% of the time, Jesse, they would take Denver. And think of the analysts that we've looked at, I think only 2 had us winning, 8 had the Broncos. So that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you look at it on that
takes the football out of it. If you just go, well, they're at home and 66% of the time they're going to win at home in week 2, blah, 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 blah. I can remember, all right, now, this is old guy radio. Here we go. Sorry, Tony Kornheiser, for saying that. But there was a guy that used to be on the air called Jimmy the Greek, right? And he got in trouble for saying some seriously racist shit and got thrown off the air way long time ago. But before he did, he would come on and say things like, listen, I tell you something. Back in the day at the Cleveland Browns, if the 40% of the crowd wears orange socks on the left foot and a green sock on the right foot, the Browns win on a sunny day if the temperature's over 59 degrees. 74% of the time, I'm going with the Browns. I was like, what the fuck? What? So, yeah. This nonsense about why they're picking the Broncos, none of it has anything to do with football, right? And our defense should be able to stifle their offense better than their defense should be able to stifle ours.
I hope that is the case, John. I really do. But no doubt I'm going to be screaming at my TV.
Good.
We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And and then we've got a show, haven't we, as well, straight afterwards.
Yeah. All right. So I guess what I'll do is I'll set it up on our platform. I'll set it up right here on this platform.
Yeah. That's cool.
I'll send it.
We should get. I think we can do a separate one and then add Andy's and take out. I don't know.
What I'm thinking of is there's got to be a place, like this, right, or a Zoom or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I can set a Zoom up. It's not a problem.
We just go live. It's just to go live. It's better just do it live.
Yeah.
Just with this, we can go live over 3 platforms.
Yeah.
But what does Andy use to do the bunker?
Zoom and then we'll talk about this off stream.
Yeah. All
right. All right. Then
until next time, we'll see y'all tomorrow after the game.
At the games. All right,
either we're gonna be really happy and buzzed and
Yeah, we'll be really happy and buzzed. That'll be us tomorrow. See, I'll tell you what, we're gonna do this game as soon as it's over, which means Jesse will be calling me halfway through the first quarter. Dude, this is over. Get on the fucking show. wait, we got more of the game to go. All right, then we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.